Hey, so we just arrived at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom in Vallejo, and yes, I'm wearing a mask because it's Six Flags, and that's how you get in. So check this out. These are the new solar panel arrays that are covering the parking lot. Totally cool. Nice thing is they're going to keep our car in shade as the day progresses. Anyway, the park is actually closed as a theme park today because in California, theme parks are still not allowed to open. So how'd they get around that? Well, it's a zoo. So right behind me, you see a lot of really awesome roller coasters, but they're not operating today. Today, we're going back to 1986 when Marine World Africa USA crossed the bay from Redwood City to here in Vallejo. We're about to go and experience the Marine World experience. All right, we are here with Six Flags legendary Captain Lee, who's been with the park here since
1994. So I think 26 years if my math's right, which usually isn't. But
so this is kind of like a flashback throwback for you to be going back to the Marine World days when it was a zoo before all the rides popped up.
that's right. It really does harken back to the old days before there were any rides, any kind of ride or coaster here. It was all about the animals, and our mission at that time, and still is with the animal folk, is to, was to educate the public through education, entertainment. Sorry, there we go. And I've said that so many times that you wouldn't believe it.
Entertainment.
Yes, right. Educate through entertainment. Now, as you know, I like this analogy. When you're in school, you had that boring teacher who droned on, and you had the fun teacher that was kind of entertaining and made learning fun. And that's how we see us with the animals. We're doing it in an educational thing, in an entertaining way. You're much more likely to learn something, remember it, and help protect these guys out in the wild.
Now we're in California, where we're under a COVID shutdown in a lot of places, and theme parks are kind of being pushed all the way to the back in phase 3. We don't have any idea when theme parks are going to open. But one theme park has, and that's this, Six Flags Discovery Kingdom,
Yes.
because you guys decided to open your animal collection as a zoo. Now, being closed for quite some time, you're usually closed on weekdays during the off season.
Correct.
So how much of a stretch was it to prepare for the closure, to prepare for the reopening, and all the COVID precautions?
Well, the closure thing, it happened pretty fast. Kind of none of us really saw it coming, and the only people who were working in the park at that point were the animal staff, because we considered essential workers. You can't just leave these guys here. You got to take care of them, and we had security and a medic. So we were mowing our own lawns, and because we had no landscapers, so we had to take care of everything we need to take care of in the park. So that was one thing to deal with, and then preparing the park to be open, going by all the state and local and federal CDC guidelines. That took a little bit of work because we had to figure out we don't want any people too close to some of our animals too, because there has been some COVID cases in some animals. In the Bronx too, there were 3 tigers. So we had to figure out from the fence to where the guests were, how much space that was. We had to put a barricade in to make it a little bit further. Also, another reason why we were able to open up versus somewhere like Oakland Zoo is a lot of our exhibit areas are larger and open. And if there are any small ones, like I don't remember where our bobcat is over there, kind of around the corner from Cougars, that area is not open because it's only about 8 feet wide, and everyone goes into like a little cul-de-sac. So that's one reason we could. So all those little things like that we have to look at to make sure that we keep everybody apart. We also had to figure out a lot of our demonstration times, because we kind of wanted to have people going in a direction from, whether it's a training session or a show, what have you, in a certain direction as much as we could. And by doing the show times according to that, you can make sure have people are going to go this way around the park for the most part. So there's a lot of little things to think about. I mean, and where we're going to put the hand washing stations. We had to do recordings, probably better than out in the park, reminding people, do the 6, wash your hands, stay apart, have fun though. And remind people all the time during the shows, and demonstrations and things like that. You constantly get reminded, social distance, sanitize your hands. And and it is a pain to wear a mask all the time. I mean, I don't think there's anybody who actually likes it, unless you're maybe a bank robber, I don't know. But we have some areas in the park where you can actually go and take your mask off. That certain areas you have to stay within your your party that and you can't take your mask off, take a breather, and have a beer or have some snack, whatever you want to do.
Now, right before you guys opened for the season, which I believe was last weekend, Solana County ended up on the state watch list, where there was, I believe, interior spaces had to be closed within zoos. How did that affect your operation?
For the most part, it did not affect us, because a lot of it, we've pretty much gone with everything being outside, and so people can social distance. We try to keep up with the news and see what's going on. Like you said, a week or two ago, inside dining was okay and social distance, and then like you said, the cases kind of going up and up and up and up, and they closed Solano County down for indoor dining. But we've been on the same track of keeping everything out in the open and people apart, and we're so far within the guidelines still.
Okay. And what do we have behind us? I understand that these are some of your biggest and youngest stars.
They are. Kane is one of the park's favorite animals right now. Kane and the other two, Sabo and Tao, they're 1-year-old lion cubs, and they came to us from our sister park, Great Adventure in New Jersey. They actually were born there, and when they were at the age they were able to fly, which was 8 weeks, they actually came on a FedEx plane, cargo plane, with their veterinarians, and were brought here where we hand raised them. They've been so popular, they actually have their own official Six Flags Instagram page. That's corporate approved, by the way. They don't like these little offshoot pages. But
and what's the tag for that page?
SFDK Lion Pride. Yeah, some great photos on there. It is you being in your business you're in, you probably know that a lot of companies have gone dark on social media. Right. That includes Six Flags, Coca-Cola, Ford, Sony. Everyone's reassessing, wants these companies to wake up and monitor, the hate speech that actually gets through on those sites. So all of light are dark, but if you look on their page, there's some great photos of them, all the way from babies to...
Yeah, because nobody hates lion cubs.
No, nobody hates lion cubs. Yeah, so yeah, they are really, really popular, and we're actually looking to do some more stuff in this area. We do have one older tiger that still lives over here, named Speaker, a Siberian tiger. She comes out in the morning and she goes in, takes her naps back there, the boys come out, wreak havoc for a while, sleep for a while, wreak more havoc for a while. And they're very, very popular. Nice posting.
Beautiful. There's a new coaster that was supposed to open this year, and yes. I'm assuming that's probably been pushed back to next year?
Yes, it's been pushed back, yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yes, Sign Winder Safari. Mm-hmm. Now, that's going to be really fun because we have it's going to be a serpent theme. I'm speaking today, maybe from us. Anyway, serpent theme, so we're going to have some dangerous reptiles, got the key lines and stuff, so that stuff people love.
Moved from the current
Yes, we actually already got them in. You know, it was supposed to open this year.
Wow.
So we actually brought those snakes in already. Unfortunately, with everything going on, it didn't become possible this year.
And I also noticed going around the park, there seems to be a lot of. It's been a few years since we've been here, a couple of years, but there seems to be a lot of new exhibit signage.
Yes, we've really been trying to pick up on the signage. And not only is it new signage, but refurbishing old signage. You know, some things that have gone a bit faded. You know, we want to keep, because people notice these things.
Like,
You know, and especially given these times where we have, like, you know, kind of a limited number of people in the park, they do notice more stuff. Okay, this stuff is brought up. We try to take care of it, you know, as fast as we can.
and in terms of the rest of the year, is the park considering possibly opening for Fright Fest or for?
You know,
Holiday in the park?
it all depends. You know, because you would have hoped to predict that the virus, the numbers would have been going down, and that, you know, more and more things would be open, and more people would wear masks and staying distance, so we stopped spreading it everywhere. But, you know, it's gotten worse. So I mean, it literally depends on what goes on and how people take care of themselves. It will depend on what happens in the future, and that goes from us to everything right now.
Well, Catherine Lee, I certainly appreciate it. I'll give
You're
you
welcome.
a little bump there. Thanks.
You're welcome.